just when you think week 2 could be crazier than week 1, I just, it was just a wild, entertaining, hot mess. Where do I begin? Well, first let's begin with Cleveland. Cleveland's quest for an unbeaten season came to an end. And all thanks to that Zane Gonzalez. I mean, how do you miss everything? How? I mean, it's ridiculous. He missed 2 field goals and 2 extra points. They only lost by 3. Uh, but he cost the team 8 points, and it's amazing. I never thought anyone could those who watches football could say this, but Cleveland should be 2-0. It's true. They should be 2-0. Instead, they have the tie and a heartbreaking loss to New Orleans. But I'll tell you this: tomorrow at home against the Jets, that's going to be their first win since Christmas Eve 2016. They're going to get off that schneid finally. But Cleveland, oh my goodness! And going from one inept kicker to the next. First off, let's talk about that insane Packers game. Another tie. This first off. This is the second tie. This is the second straight overtime game between the Vikings and Packers to end in a tie. The last game to go to overtime was the last Vikings Packers meeting to go to OT was that game in 2013 that ended 26-26. But this one had no overtime scoring and 3 missed field goals, 2 of them in the extra period. Now, let's talk about how this game got to overtime. Now, there's a lot of dispute over the roughing the passer calls this season. They've been calling a lot of them, and there's been a lot of and people said Clay Matthews' tackle wasn't roughing the passer. I have to say it actually was, and that's twice that he's done that because he committed a bad one against the Bears and almost cost us the game. But here's what I take offense to. I take offense to people saying, "Well, the Packer fans asked for this rule change." No, we didn't. They immediately named this the Aaron Rodgers rule. To me, this is saying, well, Aaron Rodgers is fragile and whiny, and he complained and wanted this to be a rule. He didn't. Okay, unlike that other number 12 in Foxborough, Rodgers is a man's man. Okay, he doesn't whine and bitch and moan and complain when he gets licked when he gets licked and no call happens. He gets up like shit ain't happened. Okay, he's a man's man. All right. We didn't ask for the rule to be changed. The NFL did that on their own. So don't put the blame on us Packer fans, okay? Plus, get real. The NFL would never do anything to help Rodgers. Let's face facts. That's why Anthony Barr wasn't fined or suspended or penalized for that hit. If he did that to Brady, he'd have been gone. So there's a lesson. But the fact is we're still undefeated. And all because their rookie kicker missed 2 field goals in overtime. The second one was basically a chip shot. It was 2 yards outside the extra point, and he still hooked it. And so both, and to the surprise, actually, we know what both of these idiot kickers were out of jobs the next day. And speaking of people who can't walk and chew gum at the same time, let's get to Russell Wilson. Seriously, how inept does he have to be for people to see that he's terrible? You know, it boggles my mind how people put this guy at a pedestal. He's been screwed up games left and right, especially ever since he single-handedly lost Super Bowl 49. This fool goes out there, great offensive line, but still manages to get himself sacked a bunch of times. And then he throws a bad interception that leads to a touchdown. That was a touchdown, a pick six. He couldn't beat the Bears. Aaron Rodgers on one good leg beat the Bears. How Aaron Rodgers on one good leg could run better than Russell Wilson. Seriously, how is Russell in the league? He must have connections, because he sure as hell can't throw the ball. Like I said, he can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So I should have known better than to depend on Seattle to beat the Bears. Not that the Bears are a threat; they're not going anywhere. But still, I should have known better to depend on Seattle. If the Bears would play LA, I feel a whole lot better. Speaking of LA, of course, this year I got into the fantasy football thing again. That's right. I finally got into fantasy football, and uh, uh, and yes, one of the players I was lucky enough to get on my fantasy team is Todd Gurley, one of the best receivers in the league, if not the best, according to some people. And he got me a lot of points. He had a field day, I think in 3 quarters. That's how bad Arizona is. I knew he was going to get me a lot of points, and he certainly did. So, unfortunately, I did not win my first fantasy game of the season, which was this week because the league started late. But it's a good experience. I think I'm gonna win this. I think I'm gonna win this week. I made some wheels and deals. Like I said I have Adrian Peterson on my team now, and I managed to get Deshaun Jackson as a free agent. I can't believe he was left out there. Speaking of Buccaneers, what the hell are they trying to prove with Fitzpatrick? This is the same Fitzpatrick who once threw 6 interceptions in a single game. Now he's out there with his Conor McGregor-like beard, just throwing everything to targets. He's doing everything right. And so is Patrick Mahomes, by the way. What is this? This is making me uncomfortable. This is making me uncomfortable, to be honest, because I'm an Alex Smith supporter. And Mahomes has 10 touchdown passes already. Now, granted, it doesn't help his case that he would do them against a Steelers defense that is floundering. I don't know what is wrong with Pittsburgh this year. You know, and I think about this. I thought about this one day when I was out walking. One of the things I thought about was Pittsburgh. To me, they're the best team in the AFC. They have a great quarterback, a great receiver, a great running back, though he's still sitting out, but they have a great running back. And they're known for defense. To me, now, Ben has been in Super Bowl since 45. Since Super Bowl 45. To me, in that 8-year span, they should have reached a Super Bowl at least 2, if not 3 times. But their hubris gets the best of them. They have a lot of pride. And a lot of it's on Antonio. A lot of that pride goes to Antonio Brown. A lot of it goes to the coach. The coach has a lot of pride. The coach has a lot of pride. I mean, it's not just the incident where he tripped somebody. Let's go back 2 years when he was caught on video ranting and raving about the Patriots. Okay, of course. Now let's say what they're straight. Antonio Brown's intent was not to videotape Tomlin, but there it was for everybody to see. A profanity-laced rant about the Patriots. Not only does Tomlin look like Bernie Mac, he rants like him. He might as well have been out there saying, "America, we got those damn Patriots and the schedule messed us up, but we're gonna beat that son of a bitch Brady and go to the Super Bowl. I ain't scared of those motherfuckers." But it's ridiculous, and even worse. And of course, you know what happened last year. He had the Steelers prepared for the Patriots, knowing he had to beat the Jaguars to get to them. He looked past the Jags, and the Jags blew him out in Pittsburgh, and lo and behold, Pittsburgh also gets so. And here we have this bad start. Pittsburgh, I still consider the crown jewel of the AFC. They're 0-1-1. They are 0-1-1. They tied Cleveland. They got killed by Kansas City. This is more. I think this is more than just a Le'Veon mess. I think this team is starting to fall off. There may be no end in sight. I don't know. Things may get better for Pittsburgh. I don't know, but they need to get their heads out of their rear ends. Something's got to change. And so what's the story so far? Miami's all three Florida teams. All 3 Florida teams are 2-0. Denver's 2-0. Pittsburgh's going downhill. The Giants are really down, but they're still better than Seattle. The Packers are undefeated. That's the important thing here. Rodgers is undefeated, and Brady isn't. Jacksonville beat up the Patriots. They beat up the Patriots this past Sunday. So yes, Tom Brady has a worse record than the 1.5 leg Aaron Rodgers. Let's let that sink in. So anyway, that's what happened in Week 2. So we've had 2 ties already. So the NFL is on pace to have 17 ties. That's not going to happen, but still, they're on pace for it. So So what's on store for Week 3? Well, Week 3 starts in Cleveland with the Jets and the Browns. Uh, for the first time in a quarter century, it's LA versus LA. The Rams versus the Chargers. The Packers are in DC. The Packers are in DC. Uh, Tampa Bay is on Monday night. The Sunday night game is Patriots and Lions. So Patricia will be facing off against his old team for the first time. Like I said, the Monday night game is Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. So we'll see if Pittsburgh can hold down Fitz Magic. That's the big name now. So with that, this this is my review of Week 2. That's everything that's happened the last 2 weeks. And enjoy the rest of this insane NFL season. I know I will.